Hello friends, welcome to our channel Mechanical Motivator. In this channel, you would be seeing mechanical and motivational videos. So in today's video, we would be seeing factor of safety from design of machine element in detail. Factor of safety is nothing but it's a ratio of maximum stress to permissible stress or working stress. For yield, in case of ductile materials, factor of safety would be ratio of yield stress to working stress. In case of brittle material, factor of safety would be ratio of ultimate stress to working stress. In case of variable loading means, then factor of safety would be ratio of endurance limit stress to working stress. Actually, the basic fundamental thing which we want to know about factor of safety is that factor of safety is actually a number which is greater than 1 always. So hence we have to remember a important thing is factor of safety should be greater than 1. Now we would be having certain questions, that is why do we use factor of safety? To know that excuse me, okay, to know that we must understand the stress strain graph for ductile material. So here is the graph, and x-axis will be strain and y-axis is denoted by stress, and this is the stress strain graph for ductile material. Now as we know, actually this is the graph for ductile material since it will be easily flowing. Now as we know, for ductile material they are easily flowing, they easily flow when the load is applied. So the behavior can be plotted on the graph by this way. Ductile material will be failing. So ductile material will be failing at the point E. Now we can say that once the material reaches the maximum stress, so the maximum stress will be at the point D. Now looking at this graph, we can say that when the material reaches the point D, after that it can break anywhere. So important thing to note that when ductile material reaches its maximum stress value, then after that it can break at any point. So maximum stress for ductile material is called as yield stress. So maximum stress is called as yield stress. As a design engineer, our aim is to stop the material in reaching its maximum stress value. That is, we want the material to operate. We want the material to operate in this region where the maximum stress does not reaches the point D. So for that, we are going to use factor of safety. So this is the purpose of using factor of safety. So I have taken an example as assume factor of safety to be 3. So sigma yt, so this denotes yield stress. So sigma yt will be 300 Newton per millimeter square, and this will be the maximum stress. So factor of safety is yield stress. Sigma yt denotes yield stress and sigma y denotes working stress. So it's a ratio of yield stress to working stress. So if you want working stress means it's sigma yt divided by factor of safety. So we will be getting a working stress as 100 Newton per millimeter square. So now, what is the conclusion from this is, see, if we are using the yield stress, if you are using the yield stress as the maximum stress for designing a material, then what happens is, if the material reaches this value, if the material reaches this value of 300, which is the maximum value, after that it can break anywhere. So our aim is to operate the material in such a region where the material is always lesser than 300 Newton per millimeter square. So, so I have used a factor of safety as 3. So my working stress value will be 100 Newton per millimeter square. So now what we have done is we have designed a material to have a maximum stress, so that when the stress will be only 100 Newton per millimeter square. So when the stress is 100 Newton per millimeter square, then it has been reduced to almost one third of its maximum value. So this 100, so we have obtained a working stress as 100, so it has been reduced to one third of its maximum stress value. It means the component which we are going to design, it will operate, and it will be operating between the region 0 to A, so which is a elastic limit. So if we remove the load, means what happens is the material will be regaining its original shape. So this is the main advantage of using factor of safety. So because of factor of safety, the working stress on the material, the working stress on the material is reduced to almost one third. So we are designing the material only with the help of working stress. So we have designed the material only with the help of this working stress. So if the working stress decreases, then we can say that the material won't be reaching the yield stress value. And if it does not reach the yield stress value, then it is not going to be broken. So the main purpose of using factor of safety is main thing is that the factor of safety will prevent the failure of the component. So this is the main purpose of using factor of safety in our design. So next we will be seeing example with brittle materials. So here is a graph between stress strain graph for brittle material. So now what we will be seeing is if we are using brittle material to design some component, then the brittle material fails suddenly. So in case of, now compare with ductile material with brittle material. In case of ductile material, they are able to flow. So the physical deformation of the ductile material is visible more when compared to the brittle material. So in ductile material, physical deformations is very much visible when compared to brittle material. So in ductile material, what happens? The moment it reaches maximum value, after that it will fail anywhere. So the behavior is visible to us very clearly. Whereas in case of brittle material, when it is subjected to load from outside, we can't see any difference in that material, but internally cracks are developed. Finally, what happens is these cracks reaches the surface and the material gets break. So this is the main behavior of brittle material, and they fail suddenly as of, I mean, the next moment itself. So brittle material would be breaking at the ultimate stress. So brittle material would be breaking at the ultimate stress. Now what we're going to do is we are using factor of safety in order to avoid this breaking. So let us assume factor of safety as 4, and sigma, actually it's sigma ut, it's ultimate stress. So not sigma yt, sigma ut will be 400 newton per millimeter square. So factor of safety will be like a ratio of sigma ut divided by sigma W. So sigma W will be the working stress. So sigma UT, actually it's sigma UT ultimate stress. Sigma UT divided by factor of safety, we will be getting 100 Newton per millimeter square. So we will be getting a working stress as 100 Newton per millimeter square. Now I have to actually, what, why are we doing like this is we are going to avoid the material to reach its ultimate stress. So if it reaches only, the material will be breaking. So we are going to avoid the material to reach its ultimate stress. That is, we are not allowing the material to reach 400 Newton per millimeter square, whereas we will be using working stress as only 100 Newton per millimeter square with the help of factor of safety. So significance of the factor of safety is that because of this, the ultimate stress is reduced and hence the material will not fail. So this is the main ultimate aim of using factor of safety. So whatever component we design, the maximum value will be within this region alone, and it won't be going beyond. So when it is not able to cross this region and reach the ultimate stress value, so finally or ultimately we will be avoiding the breaking of the material, and thus whatever we I mean, whatever we want, actually, we want our design to be successful. That is, the material should not break. This is the main ultimate aim of us, and we have achieved it with the help of factor of safety. Now we'll be seeing what are the factors on which, excuse me. Now we'll be seeing what are the factors on which factor of safety depends. So first thing will be material selection. So in case of material selection, we have to decide whether it is a ductile or brittle material. Factor of safety value is more than one, but we have to select a particular value depending upon the type of material we have, either ductile or brittle. So next will be coming type of loading. So type of loading, it may be a static or variable or shock load. So in case of shock load means its shock load is similar to impact, is an impact load which falls suddenly. So next one will be cost and economy. So as far as cost and economy, if factor of safety increases, then dimension of the material or size of the product will be increasing. So as we increase the material cost, the overall cost of the design increases. So we have to take care the value of factor of safety and size of the material. So next one will be importance of that machine part in complete machine. So if you are designing any single part of the machine, so we have to determine what is the significance of that particular part, like even screws, nuts, and bolts, as a part of the machine. So as we have to understand what kind of loading are acting on the screws, nuts, or bolts. Hence, we have to analyze the importance of the particular machine part in piston cylinder arrangement. So in case of piston cylinder arrangement, piston and cylinder are considered to be very important. So we can say that a huge amount of factors have to be considered while designing piston cylinder. So the next one will be safety to human life. So human life, you have to give much more preference, as it's a case of your life, it seems. So this is one of the most important consideration. This is one of the most important consideration while designing factor of safety. Example, if you are designing an aeroplane means we have to use huge amount of factor of safety. At that point, we cannot consider the cost factor, because we have to first go for human safety only. So when we are designing a aeroplane or a train means we must consider the human life as the most important factor, which is very much higher than the cost of the product. So now, so actually, what we do is we would consider a huge amount of factor of safety, and we don't consider or we don't compromise on the material or the cost. So last but not least is the life of the component. So actually, as a design engineer, we have to design a component for a particular period of time or even years. So if you want to increase the life of the product, then we want to increase the factor of safety value. So in this video, overall, we have seen what is factor of safety, and by the way, in what way it differs between ductile and brittle material, and what are the factors it depends upon. So I hope everybody, I hope everything explained here is understood. And in case if you are having any doubt means, you can write in the comment section, or whichever topic you feel difficult, you can also point out a particular topic, so that in upcoming days I would make videos on those topics. Please do subscribe to my channel Mechanical Motivator and press the bell icon. So then only you can get then only you can see all the videos which I upload. Thanks for watching this video. Have a great day.